Now we are going to talk about the big question: what is the Rosetta Stone, and should Britain return it to Egypt? But first, we have to know what is the Rosetta Stone. It's a slab of granite 1.12 meters high, carved in 196 before Christ, with three translations of the same writing passage. They are Egyptian, hieroglyphics, and Classic Greek. The stele allowed to translate for the first time previously undecipherable hieroglyphs. The stone describes the ripple of various taxes and instructions on the erection of statues in temples. For this reason, the Rosetta Stone is the linguistic key to deciphering hieroglyphics and probably the single most important conduit of understanding between the modern world and ancient Egypt. The stone has a history, and it was discovered by a French army engineer, Captain Pierre-François Bouchard, in July 1799, near the post of Rosetta. Considered the stone to be his private property, and he did. There are conflicting stories about how it then fell into British hands. Either way, there is little or no record of any consultation with the Egyptians. When the stone eventually arrived back in Britain, it bore an inscription painted in white, captured in Egypt by the British Army in 1801. It's important to talk about Dr. Sahih Hawass. Who is he, and what is he doing in this story? He is an important sought-after archaeologist, member of the Secretary General of Egypt's Supreme Council of Antiquities, and the High Priest of all matters archaeological in the land of the pharaohs. And he demands for the repatriation of the Rosetta Stone from the display rooms of the British Museum, where it has been in show since 1802. Because, as with the Greeks and the Elgin marbles, he considers the stele to be stolen. He has embarked on an international campaign in 2003 to secure the return of a host of renowned artifacts. When he began it, said, "If the British want to be remembered, if they want to restore their reputation, they should volunteer to return the Rosetta Stone, because it is the icon of our Egyptian identity." Also claimed that Britain had undervalued the stone and kept it in a dark, badly lit room. Already, there are precedents of direct orders of the French Culture Minister to return some fragments of writing text which were allegedly stolen in the 1980s. Moreover, he insists he is not looking for repatriation of every artifact, but the list includes the elegant bust of the Nefertiti in Berlin's New Museum, the Dendera Temple Zodiac in the Louvre, and the bust of the pyramid builder Ankaf in Boston's Museum of Art. Now, there are favored and opposite positions for returning the stone. The favored positions are British ownership of the stone is the result of a colonial dispute, not a deal with the Egyptians. Egypt has invested 110 million of livres on improving its museums and heritage sites. 200 years of mismanagement and plundering has left Egypt denuded of its most important artifacts. And the opposite positions are the British Museum is global showcase for 2 million years of shared human history. Concern remains that priceless artifacts are at risk of damage in Egyptian museums, and returning it would open the floodgates to similar claims that would empty the British Museum display cases. But after decades of diplomatic maneuvering over disputed items such as the Elgin marbles, the British Museum is well practiced in the art of fending off requests for its most glittering treasures, underlining its role as a global repository for humanity cultural achievements. Thank you.